It seems every spring we hear about disastrous flooding in the country and around the world. When the waters begin to recede, the next danger is the cleanup and exposure to mold that has a long-term potential health risk. All this because of flooding waters. In the Gospel reading this morning, Jesus speaks of the Holy Spirit as flowing rivers of water. The Holy Spirit continues to flood our hearts and lives today, as he did in the first Pentecost. Whether it's the Ottawa of the Assiniboine rivers bursting their banks in the spring, the damage to homes and property and lives is devastating. This kind of flooding is far from life-giving water. It destroys lives and possessions, and the work involved to prevent flooding, and the cleanup afterwards is massive. It's a picture of the damage sin does when it floods into our lives. We might work to sandbag our lives against the flood of sin by working at our self-discipline. We try to build godly habits, which we watch our language, we clear our browser history, we do things to moderation like eating and drinking. All this to keep sin out. But as hard as we work at sandbagging against sin, it floods into our lives, spilling its raw sewage elsewhere. Sin penetrates not only our lives, but the lives of all those around us. We do our best work at cleanup afterwards, trying to minimize the damage. But the deed is done, and like mold, it grows, sometimes unseen and unnoticed, but it does its damage, nevertheless. Our hearts and lives are polluted and flooded with sin, as Jesus says. Out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, and slander. We cannot clean up the mold and flood damage of our sin by our own reason or strength. That is the work of the Holy Spirit. The only way to be clean of the ugly waters of sin and its moldy residue is to be flooded with grace. In the Old Testament, the prophet Ezekiel sees a mighty flowing river coming out of the temple. In the Gospel reading, we see that this vision of Ezekiel is fulfilled in the person of Christ. From the temple of his body